Good morning, everyone. Today is Friday. This is the day of Woolen Folk, and I am here in the Rhinebeck Red Hook area of New York, and I'm getting ready to go to the festival. It starts at noon today. It is an incredibly rainy, dreary day, if you can't hear it hitting the roof of my car. But I'm hoping that the rain lets up a little bit after breakfast, maybe. I'm heading over to the historic diner that I went to last year that I really liked. So let's go get breakfast. I just got back to my car from a 3-hour day at Woolen Folk. 3 hours might not seem like a lot, but with the number of people that are just coming in and out and the number of vendors and everything going on, I am exhausted. So I'm gonna go back to my Airbnb and go through all these bags and show you guys everything that I got, and then probably jump in the shower because I am sweating to death. It was a really chilly and rainy morning, and then by the time you get in there and start walking around and collecting all of this yarn, it's hot, especially with all the number of people that were in there. So I'm gonna go back to my Airbnb and then relax for a little bit before I get ready to go out and have dinner with Hillary and Jamie. They're on their way in from Canada. All right, I am back in my room, relaxed a little bit. So we have 5 bags of yarn to go through, and I know that at least 1 or 2 of the bags have multiple dyers in them. And I'm gonna be totally honest, I just bought whatever I wanted, and yeah, so I don't actually remember what's in most of these bags. So we'll start with this one, and I'll actually show the one non-yarn related thing that I bought today first. And it is, I don't know how good it's gonna catch with the plastic around it, but it's this little hand felted owl holding knitting, and it's like an ornament, so it has a little string coming out of it. So I'm gonna have to find somewhere to hang it in my room, but I thought that this was the cutest thing I've ever seen. It's like a long-haired owl. It's so cute. So I had to get that. Gorgeous, gorgeous hand felting at that booth. All right, and then the first stop that I made was at Frogget Yarn. Ooh. I'm recording on my phone and not my usual camera, so I have to refigure everything out. So Frogget Yarn. And I bought 3 skeins. So the first one is Tin Roof Rusted, and this is on the Merino Sport 80/20 base. Oh, it's a sport weight. Oh, I didn't know that. But this is the gorgeous Tin Roof Rusted color. And I got the same base Clan Fraser. And then I also bought Rhinebeck. So 3 gorgeous skeins. I thought they kind of faded nicely together. So I figured I will find a nice project to do with the 3 skeins together. All right, that was Frogget. And then we have Yarn Cafe, which was one of the last places that I stopped at. And I only got 2 skeins because I couldn't find the other one that I wanted on the same base. But this is on the biscotti sock base, so 8515 wool nylon mix, and this is spiked gingerbread coffee? Spiked gingerbread coffee, if I read the writing correctly. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And I got henna on the same base. And then there was one other colorway that I was looking for, and I believe it was Autumn Leaves, and they only had it on the DK base, so I didn't find it on the sock, but I have these two that I will find a project to go, I will find a project for these to go in. And of course I got a little bag with it. Okay. And then, oh, these I am so excited for. So this was cesium yarn, cesium or cesium. How do you say that? Is it cesium? I think it is. So cesium yarn. And I picked out 2 sets of 3 colorways that I want to go together. So the first one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. The first one is this set. So this is Heirloom Tomato, and this is all 75-25. So Heirloom Tomato, which I think is just an amazing colorway. This is like all of my favorite colors. It feels so fall, it feels so yummy. I love it. This one is Daydream Believer on the same base. And then to go with it, I got The Limit. So I think this blue goes really, really nicely with these fall colors. I think it's just like a perfect contrasting kind of color. So I'm very excited for this set. And then I got, this is the Library, which they said was one of their newest colorways. And it's just, I cannot wait to work with this. So again, 75-25 base, the Library, and then I got Fireplace and Next Step. So I got these 3 to go together. Very exciting set. Okay. And then we have, I think there's a few different dyers in this bag. So yes, I have Dragon Horde yarn in here, and then I also have another one. So let me bring out Dragon Horde. Okay. So from Dragon Horde yarns, I got, maybe figure out how to start. So this is on the, all 5 of these skeins are on the Myth fingering base. This one is Cozy Cardigan. And I love this off-white creamy color. It's actually like slight, it's got a little bit of pink in it. I don't know if the light is catching the pink very well, but I love that. I got 2 skeins of the Wandering Woods colorway, because this is just everything that I've ever dreamed of in a color. And they gave me a little sticker. And then I bought Achlys, A-C-H-L-Y-S, Achlys. I don't know how to say it, but I like this a lot. And then I got Demeter. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I could have bought more from Dragon Horde. There were plenty of other colorways that I could have bought, but I'm trying to limit myself to, I really only wanted to get like 3 to 4 skeins per dyer to hold myself back a little bit, but we went with 5 here. So I am thinking about doing a project where, of course, this would be like the main colorway. This would be a darker contrast and then a light contrast. And then Demeter is just going to be one of my special skeins that I throw in somewhere. And then, I don't know if I mentioned again, it's on the Myth fingering, so all of these are 75-25 bases. So that was Dragon Horde. And then we have, oh yes, McMullen Fiber Co. Okay, and this I got as like a set to go together as well. So the first one that I picked out is, this is all three of these are on the Posh Sock base. So it's 80% merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon. And this is Croft Garden. This caught my eye right away. I feel like anytime I find a colorway like this where it just like really catches my eye and I really want to knit with it, it always is like some kind of garden colorway. Even the cardigan that I was wearing today, like the main orange peachy with greens, that colorway is called Garden as well. I just, for some reason, I'm always drawn to things that are called Garden. So there's that one. And then the second one I picked out is this one called Evermore, which I think goes really well. And then the third one is Imperio. And I really wanted some kind of yellowy golden to kind of tie them together. I couldn't, I found one skein that was all yellow, but it wasn't like the right kind of yellow that I was thinking in my head. And this was kind of the closest thing. And I like that it also has some of the purples and pinks. So I think this will bring it together. These three. I think this will make something very nice. Or maybe I'll just scatter them in different projects, who knows? All right, and I have one more bag. And I think this bag has quite a few dyers in it. So, oh, and some waters. Oh, I had one more water, and now I don't know what I did with it. Oh well. All right, so the first one here is Hope Made. And the colorway is JoJo's Favorite, which is a 75-25 base. So I wouldn't call these my usual go-to colors, but I do, something about this colorway just really speaks to me. I don't tend to go for like these blues or anything very much, but something about this really called to me. So I had to pick this up. Oh, JoJo's Favorite, maybe that's the base, because it also says Cobblestones on it. Okay, so maybe the colorway is called Cobblestones and the base is JoJo's Favorite, which is 75-25. That sounds right. All right, and then I stopped at 316 Dye Studio, and I bought 3 skeins here, 2 of which are the same color. This one is called Fantastic Beasts, and this is on the House Fingering base, which is 100% superwash merino. So Fantastic Beasts, and this is me. Look at those colors. It's so vibrant. I can't wait. I can't wait to do something with this. And then I bought, this is the Cranberry on the same base to go with it. I'm attempting to buy more tonals and more solid colors to go with all of these wild variegated skeins that I really like picking up. I think I need to tone down my knitting just a little bit with more tonals than variegated. I find myself wishing for more of like a solid base sometimes recently, so I think this will make something really interesting. Okay, last but not least, oh, I do have one more thing in there. Yeah, one more item in there that's not yarn. Okay, so the last dyer is Explorer Knits, which had a huge line and it took quite a while to make it up to there. But I got 2 variegated and 2 tonals. So they're all on the Denali sock base, which is 80/20. This one is Killarney National Park. And for some reason, this also speaks garden to me. There's like hints of like mauve, and then the blue greens and browns. It's like a couple rusty speckles. Yeah, for some reason this feels like garden to me. And then I got Retiro Park, which is a lovely variegated green with like tons of browns in it too. And then for the tonals, I got Churros, lovely brown, and Fur, which is a gorgeous green. So altogether, how did I want these to go? I can't remember what order I wanted them to go in, but altogether, I think they will make a gorgeous dress of some kind, because we know I'm still on the dress train. Even though I picked up reading, so for the last 2 to 3 weeks, I haven't even touched my knitting project, which I'm really sad about, because that means that I didn't have my 3 wool dresses for this weekend, but I have 1 for tomorrow. So that's all I really need, I guess. And then I can just knit on my project while I'm there. So yes, more wool dresses to come. Okay, and then this is the last item that I bought today at Woolen Folk. And this is by Jewel Design. I believe it's pronounced Jewel. It has the little bar over the U. And it is like a shawl pin, but you unscrew one end, and like it has a washer and you screw it in, and then you can like unclip all these different parts. I don't know. He showed it to me and it looked so gorgeous. I had to get one. So that is everything that I bought. I am going to relax for a little while before I head out to dinner with Hillary and Jamie. I'm here at the Dutchess County Fairgrounds, and it's just after 8 o'clock. I'm at a completely different entrance this time, which I didn't know existed. And when I drove in, people were already lining up. The parking lots are filling up. This place doesn't even open until 9, and these, like, everyone's here and ready to go, which is so exciting. I'm gonna meet up with Hillary and Jamie. We had an amazing dinner last night, so let's get started with the day. Okay. I am back in my car now. I spent a couple of hours walking around. I went a little quickly today because it started raining and I didn't really want to be out in the rain today. I don't have a jacket or a hood or anything like that, so I really didn't want to get too wet. So I kind of rushed through all of the barns today to get all my shopping done, and hopefully tomorrow when I come back I can just leisurely walk through everything and take another last look before heading home for the weekend. I do have a bag of goodies to share from today. I didn't go as crazy as I did yesterday with the yarn, but I did get a few skeins and some other things that are not yarn. So I thought I would show those to you before I head back to my Airbnb to relax. The first 2 in the bag here are both Cece's wool, and I got this gorgeous 8-ounce skein. Let's see if I can read the colorway. Oh, so this is Rhinebeck 23. So this is their Rhinebeck colorway for this year. And I think these colors are so gorgeous. And to go with it, I picked out Honeybee, which is another 8-ounce skein from CC's Wool. So I thought that these would go really nice together. I'm not really sure what I would make with it yet. Maybe like a poncho kind of a deal, a lightweight poncho. Something like asymmetrical or something like that. I was actually thinking that I wanted to try mosaic knitting with these two skeins. So that's just an idea right now though. So we'll see what I end up doing with it later when I get to it. All right, the next skein that I got was this one by Into the World. And I believe this is Captain Tight Pants. This is the 75-25 base. And again, I just love these colors. It's very similar vibes to this one from CC's Wool. That was just kind of what I was drawn to today. So another beautiful skein that I can't wait to use. Let's see. I got Shirsty Cat. I got the All the Stars Were Falling, which I think is her Rhinebeck colorway for this year as well. All of the Rhinebeck colorways from all these dyers, the ones that they made specifically for this year, are so beautiful. I had a hard time walking away from some of them, but I knew I needed to chill out a bit today. So, but this one is, again, just gorgeous, gorgeous colors. And I got this on the BFL sock base, so 75-25 with BFL instead of merino. That might be all of the yarn that I got. That is all of the yarn that I got. So the next thing I bought is, and this is something that I am just so over the moon about. This is a cape. And I won't be able to show you like what it really looks like right now because I'm sitting in my car. But this is all super fine merino and it's hand stitched. All of it is hand stitched. I am over the moon about this. I've never seen something so beautiful in my life. It cost me an arm and a leg. I won't lie to you, this costs a lot, but I think it's so worth it. It's just so beautiful. And this is just a fraction of it. It's just a gorgeous cape. It has a tie in the front, or you can remove the tie and like throw one side over you, and it just, everything about it is just so beautiful. And I can't wait to go through my wardrobe and find all hundreds of different ways to wear this, because there's no way that I won't be wearing it constantly and cherishing it. All right, I got, the rest of these are not yarn. Yeah, all of my yarn. I got the cape. All right, so I got a set of buttons. I always have to come home with a set of buttons, and I thought these are so gorgeous. I had a really hard time, sorry, I'm in a parking lot. I had a really hard time picking out which buttons that I wanted the most, because this entire booth was filled with all one-of-a-kind sets of buttons, all ceramic. These are all ceramic. Just beautiful, beautiful works of art. I would almost just like hang these on a wall to display because they're so pretty. So I always have to get buttons. I got some shorty tips because I have the I think I have the 3-inch tip set from Gu, but it only goes from like size US 4 to US 9 or something, I think. So I got sizes 1, 2, and 3. And I especially needed size 2 for the dress that I'm currently knitting, which I haven't touched in like 2 weeks. Maybe I'll do some of that once I finish my book tonight. All right, and then I got some dip packets from Gourmet Creations, just like last year. So I got Asiago and roasted garlic. I got Asiago stuffed artichoke, which is a packet that I absolutely love. I bought the same one last year, and I add it to my risotto anytime I make it, and it just makes it so much better. So I ran out, and I hoped that they were going to be here again this year, and they were. So I got another packet of that, and then I got onion and chive. So I figure when I make risotto, I can go for any one of these now, because they're all pretty similar. Just slight differences in taste. So I'm excited to start putting those in risotto again. And then I got one tiny little jar of blood orange marmalade. And that is from Coyote Kitchen. And that is everything. Yeah, I came home with a handful of business cards from people whose booths I wasn't ready to make a purchase from, but they had items that I really, really loved and would love to come back to at some point. So, but I do that every year. I love collecting business cards from people and then going back at another time and getting myself birthday gifts or something from them. So that's everything that I got today. I think my shopping for this weekend is done. I think I'm just gonna be walking around and exploring tomorrow, just taking it easy, probably focusing more on the food here since I didn't get any today. I don't think it's gonna rain at all tomorrow. I think it's just gonna be a little bit cloudy, so that might be a nicer day to just walk around and relax, and probably spend more time with Hillary and Jamie because we get separated every time. We just kind of like, we regroup at certain points or like cross paths and chat for a little bit and then go our separate ways again. So, which is fine. They like to do their shopping their way and I like to do my shopping my way, and honestly I like shopping alone. But I don't know if we're meeting up again at some point, but yeah, that is everything from today. I got my apple cider donuts, and I got a coffee and a hot apple cider to enjoy for the beginning of the last day of the Rhinebeck weekend. We're saying goodbye. You can see the huge parking lot filled with so many people. The last day of Rhinebeck. Bye. Good morning, everyone. It is the Monday after Rhinebeck weekend. I just wanted to close out this little vlog here. I'm spending time with Frog and Toad since I missed them all weekend, and I just wanted to give my final thoughts on how this past weekend went. It was a very hectic day at Woolen Folk, and I started seeing after the fact that many people weren't happy with the organization of the event. And while I didn't experience the same kind of distress that many people did at the event itself, I do look back at it and I can definitely understand how a lot of people could have been very upset by it. It was, you were within 2 inches of another person on all sides of yourself at all times during the entire event. A lot of times it was not possible to even move forward for a few minutes. There didn't seem to be much of a flow going on throughout the tents. It was raining on and off, sometimes very heavily. Hi, frog. Which did make the conditions outside very not fun to walk through, very muddy. So I can definitely understand how a lot of people would have been upset by how Woolen Folk went. I still had a really great time at Woolen Folk. That's where I did most of my shopping. I only got 4 skeins of yarn from the New York Sheep and Wool Festival at the Dutchess Valley Caregrounds. And other than that, sorry, that was frog. Other than that, I did most of my shopping at Woolen Folk with the smaller dyers. So I thought it still went really well. I still got to watch the first half of the Leaping Llamas demonstration on Sunday with Hillary and Jamie before they left. I still got to see all of the vendors, all of the booths at the New York Sheep and Wool Festival. I kind of flew through it on Saturday so that I could relax a little bit more on Sunday. I got my Brussels sprouts, and that's really the only food item that I really wanted before I came home. So overall, it was definitely another overwhelming, but in a good way, experience, for me at least. I would love to hear you guys' experience at Rhinebeck. You know, any stories that you have to share. I would love to chat with you guys in the comments about your time this past weekend at Rhinebeck. So thanks for joining me. Bye.